I want you to imagine something for a second. What if I told you that there's $1 billion industry that deliberately designs its product to make you sexually dependent, increasingly desensitized, and eventually dysfunctional with real partners? Would you be angry? You should be, because that's exactly what's happening with porn companies today. They've systematically engineered content to trap you in addiction cycles that benefit them while destroying your confidence, your relationships, and your masculine power. Porn isn't just harmless entertainment. It's a $97 billion global industry built on exploiting your brain chemistry. They know exactly how to keep you coming back for more. They want you hooked. And if you felt the effects, the guilt, the erosion of your sexual vitality, you're not alone. This is a growing epidemic, and it's hitting men in their prime. Let's talk about what this porn trap really looks like in real life. Picture a guy, maybe he's a lot like you. He's in his 20s, 30s, healthy on the surface, maybe even successful in his career. But every night, he disappears into that endless scroll of online porn. Hours go by. The next day, he's groggy, unfocused. When he's with a real partner, nothing happens. No arousal, no performance. He's plagued by porn-induced ED, a condition that wasn't even common in young men until recently. Now, as many as 1 in 4 men under 35, 23% of men under 35 report some level of erectile dysfunction with a real partner. And these guys are in their sexual prime. Now, he's embarrassed. He feels broken. Each failure in the bedroom chips away at his confidence and masculine pride. He starts avoiding intimacy out of anxiety. Inside, he's panicking. What's wrong with me? Why can I only get it up to porn, but not with a real woman? The shame grows. He might even think he's the only one. But he isn't. In fact, the more porn a man watches, the more likely he'll struggle with ED and real-world sexual dissatisfaction. It's a direct, dose-dependent relationship. Porn is literally training his brain to fail with real partners. This is not a random side effect. It's by design. Porn companies have created a product so stimulating, so accessible, it hijacks your brain's reward system. And it's widespread. Porn sites get more traffic than major social media platforms. Get this. In the US, porn websites receive more visits than Twitter, Instagram, Netflix, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all combined. Think about that. While you're struggling in silence, millions of men are caught in the same trap. An endless stream of explicit content is available 24/7, free. Because you are the product. Your clicks, your attention, your addiction pays their bills. And as you fail deeper, who wins? They do. Every hour you spend chasing that next video, they're cashing in on ad revenue or subscriptions. Meanwhile, you're left with the fallout, the brain fog, depleted energy, anxiety, isolation, and a sex life in shambles. It's a system engineered to keep you weak, dependent, and doubting yourself. Let's break down how they've pulled this off, how porn has hijacked your brain at a biological level, how porn hijacks your brain, the addictive design. The secret weapon porn uses against you is neuroscience. It exploits the same mechanisms as hard drugs, gambling, or junk food, hitting that dopamine button in your brain over and over. Here's what I mean. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter of craving and reward. Normal pleasurable activities give your brain a modest dopamine rise. Say, eating your favorite meal. It boosts your dopamine about 150% of baseline. Smoking a cigarette, around 200%. Real sex, about 250%. But internet porn, that spikes your dopamine well beyond 250%. And it keeps it there, sustained for hours. It's an unnatural high that evolution never prepared us for. Every time you click on a new video, especially something novel or more extreme, your brain gets another spike of dopamine. It's like a slot machine. What's next? Something kinkier? Something more shocking? Jackpot. Dopamine rush. And just like any addicting drug, over time, your brain fights back. It says, whoa, that's too much. And it down-regulates its response. You become desensitized. The same videos that excited you, even last week, don't even arouse you now. So what do? You seek out more intense, more graphic, more taboo content to feel anything at all. This is tolerance and escalation at work. In one study, almost 47% of porn users said their taste escalated to content that previously disgusted them. Think about that. Nearly half ended up watching stuff that earlier would have made them say, hell no, just to get the same thrill. It's like your brain's pleasure circuit is on a wild roller coaster every night. High peaks of stimulation and then crash. And each time, the ride has to get crazier to give you the same rush. Meanwhile, real-life intimacy feels flat by comparison. Your brain has been conditioned to need the supernormal stimulus of porn. A real partner with real touch and emotions just can't match the endless novelty and extreme content on your screen. The result? When you try and have sex in real life, your brain doesn't send the needed signals. No dopamine spike, no arousal, no erection. Physically, nothing is wrong with you, but your brain's reward system has been rewired to prefer pixels over people. And it doesn't stop at the physical. Porn's perfect fantasy is also training you emotionally. The constant cycle of arousal and gratification with porn on your terms, focused solely on your pleasure, leads to emotional disconnection from real partners. Even the most loving relationship can start to feel less engaging because your brain is always comparing it to the on-demand flood of stimulation. This leaves you isolated, further dependent on porn for any sexual outlet. Do you see the vicious cycle here? Porn makes real sex fail for you, which pushes you back to porn as the only place you can get aroused. Exactly what they want. You, chained to the screen, chasing a high that keeps you under their control. Let's call this what it is, a deliberate trap. The porn industry is using cutting-edge psychology and tech to ensnare your mind. Autoplay videos, endless recommendations, categories catering to every forbidden fantasy, all of it engineered to override your self-control. They've turned sexuality, something sacred and powerful, into a cheap dopamine circus to keep you clicking. And by doing so, they're quietly stealing something from you. Your masculinity and your freedom. But here's the thing. Now you know. You see the game that's being played on you. And knowledge is power. Because once you realize your enemy's strategy, you can fight back. You can break out of this loop. The same neuroscience that allowed porn to hijack your brain can be used to rewire it back to health. And that's what we're going to talk about next. How you can reclaim your brain, your sex life, and your masculine power. Breaking free, rewire your brain, and restore your power. The situation might sound dire, but here's the good news. It's possible to undo this damage. Your brain is amazingly plastic. It can heal and reconfigure when given a chance. Every day, men are escaping this porn trap and getting back to full, natural sexual function. How? Through a process of neuroscience-backed, masculinity-rooted rewiring. In other words, using proven science and old-age principles of masculine discipline to reset your brain and reclaim your control. If you're thinking, oh, okay, this makes sense, but what do I actually do? I've got you covered. In fact, I've put together a free ebook that dives deep into this new approach. It's called Why PIED is Not About Blood Flow. PIED, Porn-Induced Erectile Dysfunction. It isn't a blood circulation issue like the TV ads for pills would have you believe. It's a brain issue. This ebook explains exactly why porn has been sabotaging your erections from a neurological standpoint, and how you can fix it. It's completely free because I want as many men as possible to have this knowledge. I'll tell you how to get your copy in a minute, but first, let's outline the path forward. How do you actually rewire your brain and break free of the porn spell? At Morningwood Academy, we've developed a step-by-step system to guide you through this recovery and transformation process. I want to share the core of this with you here. Think of it as 3 pillars of rebooting your brain and rebuilding your masculinity. Pillar 1, reset. Detox your brain. First, you need to unplug from the hyperstimulation. This means eliminating porn and giving your brain a break from the constant dopamine bombardment. Just like quitting a drug, the initial phase is about clearing your system. Studies show that when you stop the overload, your brain can start to regain sensitivity to normal pleasure over time. You might experience withdrawal symptoms, irritability, cravings. That's a sign that your brain is recalibrating. Stick with it. During this phase, guys often report their mind feels foggy or libido drops for a bit. That's normal. It's often called the flat line, where your brain is recalibrating. The key is to not panic and don't give in. Resetting lays the foundation for everything. Pillar 2, rewire. Relearn healthy arousal. Next comes rewiring your sexual response. Now that you've hit reset, it's time to retrain your brain to get aroused by real life again. This involves gradually reintroducing healthy stimuli, flirting, physical affection, real intimacy with a partner when you're ready. It also means reconditioning your fantasies and imagination away from pornographic scenes. Many men find it helpful to practice visualization of real, loving encounters, or to focus on the sensory experience with a partner, rather than porn flashbacks. It takes time, but you're teaching your brain that arousal is linked to real connection, not a scream. And if you're single, this pillar might involve you learning to let go of your pornographic triggers and just be turned on by your non-pornographic triggers again. Patience and practice are key. Remember, your brain learned porn habits over years. It can learn new healthy habits too. Pillar number 3, reclaim. Rebuild masculine power. The final pillar is about reclaiming your masculinity and confidence. Porn-induced erectile dysfunction knocks the wind out of your masculine sails. So we build it back up from the inside out. This means boosting your physical health, your mental toughness, and your self-image. Exercise, for example, isn't just good for your body. It actually increases dopamine receptor activity and helps your brain recover. Lifting weights, sprinting, challenging yourself physically, these naturally raise testosterone and rebuild confidence. We also incorporate habits like mindfulness meditation, which studies show strengthen impulse control and help rewire the brain's pathway. And importantly, we work on shifting your identity. Shifting from feeling like a victim of addiction and seeing yourself as a man in control of his destiny. This might involve reconnecting with your purpose, setting goals, and proving your discipline in other areas of your life. Every time you conquer a challenge, hitting a new PR at the gym, crushing a work project, even making it 7 days, then 30 days without porn, you rebuild that masculine pride piece by piece. You start to feel like yourself again, only stronger. These 3 pillars, reset, rewire, reclaim, form the core of how we guide men to total recovery in Morningwood Academy's 16-week system. It's not some magic pill or woo-woo trick. It's about discipline, science, and support. And trust me, when you put in the work, the results are life-changing. I've seen guys go from anxious and impotent to confident and thriving in a matter of months. Morning erections return, hence the name of our company, Morningwood Academy, and a healthy desire for real partners reignited, and an unshakable confidence that flows into every area of life. They break free of porn's grip and come out the other side, not just normal, but truly optimized. Because along the way, they forged ironclad discipline and self-mastery. I get fired up about this because it's personal to me too. I can remember the time when I couldn't get hard with a woman, when I was addicted to porn, and then I remember what it felt like to wake up energized, turned on by the presence of my wife, eager to take on the day. That natural masculine vitality, it's still inside you. It's just buried under this porn-induced haze. And with the right approach, that fog can lift. The same brain that got conditioned to porn can unlearn it and come back stronger. Transformation is possible. Your future without porn. I want you to visualize your life after you break free. Seriously, take a second and imagine waking up with a morning wood again. Like you're 18 and invincible. Feeling clear-headed and focused. At work because you're not drained by nightly binges. Looking at your partner and feeling real desire. And following through with strong, reliable performance in bed. No anxiety, no shame hovering over you, just confidence. Imagine the pride and relief you'll feel the first time you experience real, passionate sex again and realize, wow, I'm back. I'm actually okay. That's what's waiting for you on the other side of this journey. It's not some distant dream. This can happen faster than you think with the right strategy. Remember, the brain wants to heal. Once you remove the constant assault of porn, your neural pathways start to recover. Many men start seeing improvements in just weeks. More energy, better mood, stronger libido. And with each month of staying clean and working on yourself, the changes compound. It's like watching a fog lift from your life. And you're not doing this alone. Thousands of men are on this path right now. A whole movement of guys refusing to be puppets of the porn industry anymore. The NoFap community online, for example, has millions of members encouraging each other to quit porn and reboot their brains. This is proof that the problem is real, and so is the solution. Men are quitting porn, rewiring their brains, and getting results. Science backs it up, and brother, you can be one of them. If the man that we mentioned earlier, or the real guys that we've coached at Morningwood Academy can do it, why not you? You owe it to yourself to at least try. Because the alternative, staying stuck and letting this cycle slowly eat away at your life, has no future at all. You deserve better. Your family, your future lovers, and your own self-respect deserve better. I know some of this might be hard to hear. It might be stirring up guilt or anger at the industry, maybe at yourself. But let that anger be fuel. Because anger is better than apathy. It means you care. It means you care about reclaiming your life. Use it. Get mad at the porn companies for preying on you, and then channel that energy into breaking free. As we often say in our program, don't quit because you're ashamed. Quit because you're worth more than this. You are worth more. Your sexuality, your masculinity is valuable. Too valuable to be wasted as some website's pawn. So, here's the plan. Take back control, starting today. We've pulled back the curtain on how porn is messing with your brain and literally draining your power. Now it's up to you to act. Your first step? Arm yourself with the knowledge and tools to fight back. Grab the free ebook, Why PIED is Not About Blood Flow. I've mentioned it earlier and I've linked it in the description below. Download it, read it, and really let it sink in. It'll open your eyes further to why you feel the way you do and how to start reversing it immediately. This is the handbook that I wish I and so many of my brothers wished they had years ago. And if you're ready for a guided journey, come join us at Morningwood Academy. We specialize in this. It's the #1 transformation system for men who are ready to permanently rewire their brain, restore their confidence, and reclaim their full sexual performance naturally. We take the principles I shared, but go much deeper, with support and step-by-step guidance over 16 weeks. But whether you join or not, make sure you do something. Don't just nod along and slip back into the same routine tonight. Decide that you're done being used by this industry. Decide that you deserve a life of real intimacy and unshakable confidence, because you do. Imagine a few months from now, you're looking back and thinking, why did I ever settle for that porn-driven life? This is so much better. It starts with a single step. Download the free ebook, Why PIED is Not About Blood Flow right now. Click that link and take your power back. I'll be there to help you on the other side inside Morningwood Academy if you're ready. Either way, don't let the porn industry steal another day from you. Break the cycle, rebuild yourself, and reclaim your masculine power. The choice is in your hands now. We're rooting for you. Now it's time to act. And if you're still here, erect the thumbs up and stimulate that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Much love.